Our second day in Siem Reap. After the breakfast, we are now headed to Angkor Thom. Angkor Thom was the last and most enduring capital city of the Khmer Empire. It was established in the late 12th century by King Jayavarman VII. It covers an area of 9 square kilometers, within which are located several monuments from earlier eras, as well as those established by Jayavarman and his successors. Angkor Thom is in the Bayon style. This manifests itself in the large scale of the construction, in the widespread use of laterite. The city lies in the west bank of the Siem Reap River. The south gate of Angkor Thom is 7.2 kilometers north of Siem Reap and 1.7 kilometers north of the entrance to Angkor Wat. The walls, 8 meter high and flanked by a moat, are each 3 kilometers long, enclosing an area of 9 square kilometers. The walls are of laterite with a parapet on the top. There are gates at each of the cardinal points from which roads lead to the Bayon at the center of the city. The bulk of the land enclosed by the walls would have been occupied by the secular buildings of the city, of which nothing remains. This area is now covered by forest. If you look at this temple from a distance, it looks like a giant mystical temple surrounded by forest. The location and the ambience are just magnificent. We have planned to make a separate video on the south gate of Angkor Thom, but for now, we will leave for Banteay Srei, which is our next destination. Banteay Srei is about 32 kilometers northeast of Siem Reap and 21 kilometers northeast of Bayon. It is well signposted and the road is surfaced all the way. So a trip from Siem Reap should take about 45 minutes by car. Considered by many to be the jewel in the crown of Angkorian art, Banteay Srei is cut from stone of a pinkish hue and includes some of the finest stone carving anywhere on earth. Banteay Srei means citadel of the woman, and it is said that it must have been built by a woman, as the elaborate carvings are supposedly too fine for the hand of a man. The temple is square and has entrances at the east and west, with the east approached by a causeway. Classic carvings at Banteay Srei include delicate women with lotus flowers in hand and traditional skirts clearly visible, as well as breathtaking recreations of scenes from the epic Ramayana adorning the library pediments. However, the sum of the parts is no greater than the whole. Almost every inch of these interior buildings is covered in decoration. Banteay Srei was the first major temple restoration undertaken by the EFEO in 1930 using the anastylosis method. The project, as evidenced today, was a major success and soon led to other larger projects such as the restoration of Bayon. Banteay Srei is also the first to have been given a full makeover in terms of facilities, with a large car park, a designated dining and shopping area, clear visitor information, and a state-of-the-art exhibition on the history of the temple and its restoration. The so-called Tomb Raider temple, Ta Prohm, is draped in shadow, its crumbling towers and walls locked in the slow muscular embrace of the vast root systems. Undoubtedly, the most atmospheric ruin at Angkor, Ta Prohm is high on the hit list of every visitor. Its appeal lies in the fact that, unlike the other monuments of Angkor, it has been shallowed by the jungle. Built from 1186 and originally known as Raja Vihara or the Monastery of the King, Ta Prohm was a Buddhist temple dedicated to the mother of Jayavarman VII. It is one of the few temples in the Angkor region where an inscription provides information about the temple's dependents and inhabitants. Ta Prohm is a temple of towers, closed courtyards, and narrow corridors. Many of the corridors are impassable, clogged with jumbled piles of delicately carved stone blocks dislodged by the roots of long decayed trees. Bas reliefs on bulging walls are carpeted with lichen, moss, and creeping plants, and shrubs sprout from the roofs of monumental porches. The most popular of the many strangulating root formations is the one on the inside of the easternmost entrance pavilion of the central enclosure, nicknamed the Crocodile Tree. One of the most famous spots in a Ta Prohm is the so-called Tomb Raider tree. Ta Prohm is currently under stabilization and restoration by an Indian team of archaeologists working with their Cambodian counterparts. This was all about our experience of day 2. We hope you have liked this video. Please don't forget to share and subscribe. We will be back with a separate video on the south gate of Angkor Thom. Till then, goodbye friends.